Okay, today we're going to talk about the Gloucester Writers Center. And why don't you guys introduce yourselves?
I'm Annie Thomas.
I'm Charlie Bianchini.
So why don't we talk about the Gloucester Writers Center, who started it, when it was started, and what was the mission when it got started?
Okay, it was started about 3 years ago. The mission originally was Vincent Farini, the longtime poet who died several years ago. He's poet laureate of Gloucester for a long time, many years. Had lived in 126 East Main Street, or had it as his frame shop for 60 years. And we didn't want it to just go the way of this little humble place becoming a nail parlor or some sort of business. We wanted to preserve where he had lived and met with writers from all over the world for this time. So his nephew Henry Farini and I were called by a very close friend who was dying of pancreatic cancer, Paul Sawyer. And he said, as his last wish, make that into a writer's center. And so we said, okay, we'll try. And we were amazed because there were so many people, really all over the world, who had corresponded with Vincent, who knew him, who loved Charles Olson, the famous Gloucester poet. And within a few months, we had made it happen. We raised $100,000. We opened the doors, and the community poured in. And our mission is both to preserve the history of Gloucester's literary scene, but also to really invite the community in to create a new literary scene and to have writers from outside of the community, in the community, young, old, be able to have a voice. And education has always been really primary to us. We believe the word is not separate from the world. And we were very lucky to have Charlee Bianchini express an interest early on in our days and come and really become our wonderful teacher.
It seems from the press releases that I get and the pictures from the events there, really the ages of the people that are involved there, it's a wide range of people.
It is a wide range. That's really true. I mean, we've had poetry readings with high school students and poets in their 80s. That's a big part of what we...
And the other thing is, it's not just that you didn't... The people that put this together, they didn't just buy it and it's just sitting there like some other museums where like the doors are closed 90% of the time. Like as a person in the media, I get press releases on a weekly, like sometimes 2 and 3 times a week of all the stuff that's happening there. It's a very, very energetic place with stuff happening, which is very exciting.
It's very vital, and that's one of the great things. And I think people get tired of our emails, but we just want people to know what we're doing.
I'm not tired. I'm just saying. I'll just make the point that there's so much stuff that's happening.
There's so much.
So Charlie, we'll get to you now. Why don't you talk about some of the initiatives? What's coming up? What's in the works?
Well, in addition to all of the readings that happen at the Writing Center, I've been teaching a couple of classes. I teach a women's group on Wednesday mornings, and I teach a teen group on Monday evenings, and that's going to continue, I think, through the summer. In addition to that, I'm giving 2 workshops with 2 different sessions each. One is a teen writing workshop. So if you're going into 8th through 12th grade, and if you're interested in writing and you want to meet other writers and just create sort of a base of writing support, we're going to learn how to free write. We're going to work in both fiction and nonfiction and a little poetry, hopefully. We'll learn how to choose our topics, identify important ideas, give feedback, and revise and polish a final piece.
Now, if someone, say a young or old, whatever, someone comes to you and they say, well, this is really the vein that I kind of like poetry, or if I like, short stories or something like that, do you tailor it towards them, or do you have a curriculum that's, no, we're going to talk about poetry?
I'm hoping that it's going to be sort of a mix of all different genres, so everyone will be able to everyone will get a taste of different genres, and then for their final piece that they work on, they can choose whatever genre they want.
I'm a terrible writer. I can write because I just, whatever is in my head, I pour out, but I'm like grammatically, spelling, I'm terrible. But but what I hear a lot from people is, how do you do it? How do you write all the time and stuff like that? And I think the point that I'm trying to make is that I think a lot of people are just intimidated to get started. And I think this kind of class is the perfect thing for those people that are sitting at home that have a lot to say, poetry-wise, short story-wise, reporting-wise, but they don't know where to get started. And I think this is the kind of thing that can give them the confidence to put themselves out there, maybe.
Absolutely, absolutely. And my classes have all proven to be really supportive and welcoming and not completely non-judgmental. We're there to share our thoughts. And you don't have to be a fantastic writer, and you can be a fantastic writer to join in. But everyone's really supportive, I've found.
How many people are in a class generally?
I have, for my teen group, I have 4 students. And my women's group, I have about 4 students. But the numbers have shifted and changed over the year.
So how long do they, is it on a class-by-class basis? You pop in when you feel like it, or is it the set time for a certain amount of classes?
So for the weekly classes that I've been doing this past year, the Wednesday women's class meets from 9 to 10. And I have a little sign-up sheet, but you don't have to come every week. You come when you can. Same for the teen class. It's Monday nights at 5:30. We meet for an hour, hour and a half, and they come when they can, when they don't have a ton of homework. Sort of thing.
Are there any other initiatives you want to talk about at the?
There's another workshop that I'm going to do. It's a journalism workshop. Some of you might know that I have been working for the Beacon, freelancing for the Beacon, and journalism has just opened up this whole world to me, and I wanted to share how easy and how important it is for people to have that voice in journalism. So again, we'll learn how to choose a subject, come up with a catchy lead or phrase that brings people into the article, writing a cohesive and intriguing article, and then also the business aspect, how to get publishers interested in work, etc. So for these workshops, there's a 10-person max. The teen writing workshop meets June 25th through the 29th and July 16th through the 20th, and that's from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. The journalism workshop is June 18th through the 22nd and August 6th through the 10th, 9 a.m. to 12.
Now, if people can't remember that, where can we point them on the web so they can just go?
You can go to the Gloucester Writers Center website, which is gloucesterwriters.org.
There you go. We're very big on URLs so people can find information. We'll link to that, obviously. Yeah, that's fantastic. Is there anything else you guys want to add?
Well, there's a script writing workshop that Linda Robinson, the actress, is going to start on June 9th. 4-part workshop. Writing a 10-minute play, and then we'll produce the plays. Amanda Cook is going to be starting a garden journaling workshop. So there's a lot of community education things that are starting to happen. And there is a Life is the Poem party, which Charlie, who's multi-talented, is going to be playing at on June 24th at the Harbor Room. And go to the website and find out about it. And
I want to hear about that right now. What is Life is a Poem? What is this? Is it like spoken word, like beatnik kind of thing? Or what's going on there?
Every year we try and celebrate Vincent's birthday on June 24th, right?
Right.
So we throw a big birthday bash. Last year the theme was La Dolce Vita, and Anita Ekberg showed up.
Oh, wow.
And actually Marilyn Monroe may show up this time.
That's nice. Oh, yeah, I see. Yeah, great.
But there's great food, there's drinks, there's great music, and a little small literary aspect of it as well.
And a skit.
And a skit.
And a skit. Wow, very exciting.
So it's fun. We had over 100 people last time.
We did.
Packed in there?
Packed in the Harbor Room.
At the Harbor Room, yeah.
Oh, the Harbor Room, yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's a great space. That's a great space, too.
Oh,
Is there some kind of working thing between the Harbor Room and the Writers Center? Because a lot of the events that are too big for the Writers Center seem to be over there.
Yeah, they've been great at giving us a good deal to use the space when we need it, when we have overflow, and to use parking. Really, they've been incredibly helpful.
All
And
right.
the space is so gorgeous over there.
Yeah.
There you go. Well, thank you guys for coming by.
Thank you,
It's been
Joey.
fantastic. We'll point people to the website. And thanks again.
Thank you.
I'll see you guys.